Really well defending the ball screen. There are ways we could take advantage of it, but overall, that's one of the things they do really well, along with really good help size. So we'll have to do a good job of reading the defense when we're coming off the screens and making our passes and running our offense. Because just to be able to find the weaknesses, it's not going to be the initial things that we normally get.
It built our confidence up tremendously. One, for the fact that Coach was able to play 10 players, and all 10 players did a good job of contributing and coming in and giving us what we were lacking at that time of the point in the game. You talk about Danny and Coop coming in, hitting a couple of big shots for us that we needed, some threes to open up the defense and open up the floor. But, with this rotation that we have, everybody is pretty much capable of coming in at any time and contributing to the offense. And I feel like that was one main focal point that we got out of that game, was how everybody did come in and did help us and build us up in some type of way. And when Coach subbed, we were lacking nothing on the court at that particular time in the game. So just realizing that all 10 players are capable of coming in and picking up the slack that the starters may not be doing or may not be doing well at that point in time, it just really boosted our confidence and our trust in one another even more so than we already had before.
Well, they have, as Courtney Walker said, their ball screen defense is very good, but it's ways that we can't take advantage of it. I feel like they lack transition defense, so we could run on them if we get the ball out and we rebound well. So I think those are some of the keys.
Most definitely, we talked about it as a team. We were like, we watched the men's game, and, in the first half, they were a little bit out of sorts, out of whack, people trying to make plays and just real jittery, the first NCAA game, and I felt like that's how we came out. Everybody just wanted it so bad, and we just wanted it right then and right there, and we were rushing things, and we weren't settling down, and we weren't executing our offense. But as the game came along, we started to settle down. We knew that we were the veteran basketball team, and that we knew that if we would just execute our offense, then everything would turn out into our favor. And I felt like that's starting with myself and Courtney Walker. Coach talked to us at halftime and told us that 11 of our 16 or 17 turnovers came from the 2 senior guards. And we just really just buckled down and settled down and came back in the second half and just really knew that we're Texas A&M and we're 2 senior guards, and that's unacceptable if we want to get to the places where we want to go.
It gives us more possessions. Just being able to rebound the ball, again, like Chelsea said, get it out and get it in transition. So we've really been working on our long outlets, and I think we did a good job, a decent job of that yesterday. And that just allows us to get in transition faster and have numbers more than going into our secondary or into an offense. So rebounding is huge for possessions, not only them being able to get second chance points. Second chance threes was an emphasis for Missouri, and second chance points is an emphasis for Florida State as well. So just turning our scores and our possessions into what could have been theirs. There's a lot of emotion involved for all the seniors and for the team as well. We have a lot of young ones who, haven't been to this point in the NCAA tournament. So it's just a really exciting experience. I think if we see it more as excitement rather than pressure is how most of us are feeling. And so just relax and be able to go out there and have a great night. I think it would mean a lot. I think the last time, I had thought about it was just the legacy that all of us leave behind. I mean, you look at Jordan, you look at Chelsea's 6-man, Sewell got 1,000 points. We all have had just great individual careers and a great experience together as seniors, and so it's just another addition to all of our legacy that we're leaving behind.
Our coaches do a great job of giving us motivation on our scouts on the front page. And the first thing that we all recognized when we got our scouts was it was a picture of Rita Arena, and it says the real senior day. And that really just resonated with all of us because this truly is the last time our all 5 seniors will play at Reed Arena. And we kind of took it lightly. I don't want to say we took it lightly when we played Kentucky, that might be the last time that we would play at Reed Arena, but we all expected to get the first and second round hosted. So I felt like we kind of took that for granted. But knowing that this is like the ultimate last time that all of us are going to play in this jersey, in this arena, in front of these fans for the last time, is just going to be special for us, and we're not trying to lose this game.
Kentucky. They rotate in 4 post players. Kentucky basically rotates in 3 post players. They're very solid. Romero, is a great point guard, and Brown, they sort of interchange at the 1 and the 2. When you look at their 4-player, she's very good because I recruited her too. I didn't get her. Thomas. She's great over her left shoulder. She runs the floor. She's just a tremendous athlete that plays the game up in the air. And if you allow her, we're hoping that Anrielle will be that good offensively at the end of her sophomore year like this kid is right now for them. But I would say very similar to Kentucky. We will be high with emotion. The carrot is to get to Dallas. Okay, the carrot particularly was many recruits that we have up in the Dallas area, as many seniors that we have from the Dallas area, and from an old coach that would like to go back home to have his relatives see the game also in Dallas. But Florida State is as good as anybody we've played in the SEC except South Carolina. That's bottom line. They're just as good as any of our top teams. That's why they're number 10 in the nation in the coaches poll, because the coaches know more than the writers, how good Florida State is.
I think they're different defensively without her. She's really savvy. She's so long and smart. And obviously I think that Chelsea Jennings has done a great job stepping up, as well as their other guards. I think 27 rebounds was different than anything they've ever done, and certainly you have to credit. That's tremendous. That Howard could do that. I think that obviously you look at her, and it's not just been this game. I mean, she's so aggressive. She goes to the right places to rebound. She's just, for a freshman, she's just so savvy in those ways. And then obviously she's pretty powerful, and I think we understand that. I think Gary likened the matchup with Shakayla and her athleticism. They're both tremendous athletes, and so we're used to seeing that at practice, and it's tough to stop no matter what you try to do. Well, Walker's as good a player as we've seen all year. I mean, she can score the basketball, and there's a lot of really nice players out there, but she's uncanny in the way that she can score. But it's not just Walker. I mean, they've got so many different things that really you have to consider. You have to consider their size in the middle. You've got to consider that, Danny Williams came in and hit a couple threes yesterday, and, she had been on a drought, but shooters, once they open it up, things can happen. So, and then I think, Jones is such an unsung hero. She makes them go, and they're a very good basketball team, and we're not taking any piece lightly. I'm not sure I could narrow it to one. There's a lot of things that we need to be able to do. It's never easy to come into somebody's home and win a basketball game, and in particular, a team like A&M. I think both of us have taken our time in developing the chemistry of our teams, and it'll be interesting to see tomorrow's game, even based on that alone.